This is Montgomery, and this is my commentary on my video guide for Jungle Akali. My rune setup is fairly simple. I take flat AP glyphs and quints, flat AD marks, and armor seals. This allows Akali to start with both of her passes at level 1, as well as using cloth armor and 5 health potions, rather than Doran's blade and only 1, greatly increasing her survivability and sustainability in the jungle, while allowing her to fend off harassment and counter-jungling with much greater ease. My mastery setup is similarly straightforward. The goal is to be as strong as possible in the early game and let the late game sort itself out. While having a little extra magic penetration and other conveniences sounds good for the late game, you'll lose far more games by becoming more susceptible to harassment and counter-jungling than you'll win by that tiny edge. For this route, I start at the small golems. I stand to the left so that when I mark the golem on the left, the one on the right has to walk a greater distance to reach me and I take less damage. I smite after 4 auto attacks on the leftmost golem. This golem on the right has a leash range such that I can go around this corner and take fewer auto attacks while I wait for my mark to come off cooldown. This means I take less damage, and I also will heal more by doing spell damage to the golem to finish it off, taking advantage of my spell vamp. The Wraith camp is pretty straightforward, as it has always been. You kill the big Wraith first, and then just work your way through the remaining Wraiths. You'll note that, as I did below in the Golem camp, I will begin to move to the next camp, and then finish off the last Wraith with my Mark of the Assassin. Again, this gives me some extra healing through my spell vamp, avoids a couple auto attacks from the Wraith, and allows me to reach the Wolf camp a little faster. You'll see this principle repeat itself throughout the video as I clear the smaller camps. In this camp, you'll see me kill 2 of the wolves, and then begin to work my way towards the ancient golem, finishing off this final wolf with another mark. I am only level 2 at this point because I've only put 1 point in awareness, so I kill this small lizard first, getting me to level 3 and thus increasing my damage through Mark of the Assassin. This also means that I level before I take a bunch of damage from the ancient golem. It's also very important that you only crescent slash twice while fighting the golem. If you crescent slash a 3rd time, you cannot mark the final lizard as I just did and kill it quickly. You can hear me incessantly clicking in anticipation of killing the golems, but doing so is not really necessary. There's nothing particularly different about it this time around, except that it all happens without smite. Once again, after I kill the left golem and do some damage to the one on the right, I'll kite it off to the left and then finish it off with a crescent slash and a Mark of the Assassin. You'll notice at the Wraith camp that I wait until my smite only has 6 or 7 seconds left on its cooldown before I attack. This is because if I go straight in and try to kill the Greater Wraith first, I don't actually kill the camp until my smite's cooldown is finished. This way I spend less time fighting, take less damage, and get a full heal off of the smite on the Greater Wraith, without actually losing any time. After this upcoming wolf camp, you'll note that I recall. This may seem counterintuitive in that you spend time out of the jungle, but you actually don't lose any jungle time, because you will reach the lizard camp and kill it, and then reach the subsequent small golem camp right as it respawns. This also allows you to buy some vital items such as boots, wards, and potions to help with your ganking when you finally do get the red buff. You don't really have to recall, you can go straight to the red buff if you like, but again, you don't really gain any time for doing so. The observant will note that my smite is not quite off cooldown, however, it will come off cooldown right when I need it. Akali doesn't have to wait this long to kill lizards, she can kill it much earlier or even give it to an ally. However, this is just the fastest path to level 6, and you want it now for your optimal level 6 gank. If you watch the minimap, you'll see the small golem camp spawn right as I come around the corner. It's this constant killing of camps right as they spawn which makes this the most efficient and fastest path to level 6 as a jungler, barring counter-jungling. Again, nothing particularly out of the ordinary here, just one final melee attack to finish off the golem, and then up to the Wraith camp. You'll note again that the Wraith camp will spawn as I approach it, showing just how efficient and timely this route can be. Once I've killed this Wraith camp and then the subsequent Wolf camp, I will hit level 6 and be ready to gank with plenty of health and plenty of red buff and plenty of options. This has been my commentary on my video guide to Jungle Akali. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments on the video, or any of my other videos. I'll be happy to answer them. Or you can go check out my guide in the official League of Legends forums and ask me questions there. I am always happy to help. I hope you've enjoyed this commentary, and to answer Akali's persistent question, no, matchmaking will never find balance.